What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of In Good Chumpany. My name is Ben, and my co-host here is...
Hello, guys. I'm Andrew.
So we started the Chumpany just to sort of talk about gaming. We're both passionate about it. Wanted to give you a little bit of gaming background since this is your first time hearing from us. I am a variety gamer, to say the least. My favorites include all the Souls-like games like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring. I also love Metal Gear Solid 3, well, the whole franchise, really. 3 is my favorite. Games like Disco Elysium and Breath of the Wild.
So, for me, a lot of similarities, and actually, Ben introduced me to quite a few of my earlier influences, including Dark Souls and Bloodborne. But one of my bigger ones would be like Spider-Man Web of Shadows, Portal 1 and 2, Half-Life 2 mainly. Half-Life 1 I played a good amount of, but Half-Life 2 really has stuck with me all along. Legend of Zelda as well. Breath of the Wild is a massive one for me, but I still always go back to Majora's Mask personally. Bit of a hot take there. I know that a lot of people are 50-50 on that one, but I will stand firm on Majora's Mask is my favorite Legend of Zelda game. Talking a little bit about us and our history, Ben is my brother-in-law.
Yep.
Ben, I don't know how long has it been?
That I've been married
Ben.
to your sister?
Yeah, well, since you guys started dating, really.
15 years.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, well, 15 years that we've been talking about games and playing games together, and I think one of the bigger things that we had talked about when we were kind of thinking about, In Good Chumpany was just bringing back a casual space where we were all just kind of chatting about games that we like and chatting about gaming news with no drama, no craziness, just chumming around,
Yeah, definitely. So with that being said, this episode, to kick it off, we're already into 2026, but we wanted to kind of do an overview of 2025. And there's a lot to cover, probably a lot more than can be done in this podcast format. But
well, might as well dip our toes in the deepest water possible. Am I right?
Yeah, I guess.
So I guess we could start on just thoughts on 2025.
Yeah, well, let's kick it off with a absurd statement.
Oh, geez.
Or question, I guess. I see thrown around a lot on the internet currently. Was 2025 the best year of gaming? What do you think?
Oh, good God, Ben. Okay. This is a bit of a loaded question.
100%.
And I feel like it's maybe a little unfair of a question.
100%.
I think looking at 2025 kind of now, I think it may be the best year for everyone collectively because it felt like there was something for every single person.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, you look and there's some new game coming out for someone. And it seemed like at least most people were satisfied with at least something this year, so that's definitely a good thing. For me personally, I don't know if it would be my best year of gaming. I don't even know what I would pinpoint that on personally. Maybe... Yeah,
It's
it
a
would
big
have
question.
to be kind of tied to either The Last of Us or Spider-Man on the PS4, honestly. Like, those are probably my top games of all time ever.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing has topped them really. We'll touch on that in a bit. But, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that question. I don't really know if I would put it as the best, but it sure as heck was not the worst.
Oh, no.
There's definitely a lot of good.
Yeah, no, it was a great year, definitely. But I will say it is not the best year. And that's because 2004 and 2007 still exist.
Please expound on that statement.
I mean, just look at what came out in 2004. I'm just going to run down a short list I have here. We got Half-Life 2,
Okay.
KOTOR 2,
Oh, wow. Ooh, those came out in the same year?
same year, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas,
Oh,
Paper Mario Thousand Year Door.
I still to this day have not played that one.
Oh, you should. Metal Gear Solid 3. I'm just going to go fast now. Pokemon Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald, which is my personal favorite for Pokemon.
Okay.
Katamari Damacy, Ninja Gaiden, Far Cry, Halo 2.
Holy crap. All right.
World of Warcraft, Counter-Strike Source, Fable, Tony Hawk's Underground 2, and a personal favorite of mine, Jack 3.
Wow. That's a hard lineup to
Yeah.
top. Okay.
Then you just skip to 2007. You got Halo 3, Modern Warfare, Bioshock, Guitar Hero 3, Rock Band, Assassin's Creed, Super Mario Galaxy, Oblivion, God of War 2, Portal, Mass Effect, Uncharted, The Witcher, Team Fortress 2, and
man.
Half-Life 2 Episode 2.
Oh, man.
It's just bangers. So I love 2025. As we'll get into later in this episode, one of my favorite games of all time came out 2025, but I can't say it's the best year.
I don't think after hearing that lineup that I can put 2025 in best slot at all.
It's just peak.
Yeah, I don't. So far, I don't know if anything has topped that level of just pure yes.
Yeah, that's the only reason I wanted to ask that question, just so I could rattle off all those games.
I mean, all valid games that deserve all the attention they have earned.
Yeah.
So, another little thing before we kind of dive into the real meat and potatoes of everything, I kind of wanted to talk about just a brief recap of all of the craziness of 2025. We definitely had an interesting year in the gaming sphere, with a lot of different things that, happened. We can kind of just breeze through these slightly quicker, but big one for me would be price hikes.
Oh yeah, $80 games.
$80 games. It felt inevitable. It's been talked about for a long time, and I want to have the hope that it is going to where it should. That's all I'll say on that.
Yeah.
Game Pass going up to 30 was a bit of a rough one.
Yeah, definitely for a broke boy like me.
Yeah. And having kids does not enable for, that much gaming money.
No, 100%.
And so that definitely took a hit on kind of what I was playing this year, because Game Pass was definitely my primary source. I know I didn't technically own any of the games, but it was the easiest, cheapest way for me to have access to a lot of the games that were coming out that I really wanted to experience.
Same for me, especially the first half of the year. Game Pass was a blessing.
Yeah. I remember you and I just kind of browsing through Game Pass a lot of times and just finding some random multiplayer game to go through together.
Yeah.
It definitely opened the doors for a lot of people who typically wouldn't get into gaming to get into gaming as well. I can speak for my dad, who still actively uses Game Pass, which is kind of wild to me.
Love you, Daniel. Shout out, Daniel.
So, shout out, Dan. it definitely was the right concept. It's just they really dropped the ball, I feel like, when it comes to pricing.
Yeah, and another thing about Game Pass, not only did it bring people to a space that wouldn't normally access it, it put a lot of smaller games in front of audiences too. Uh,
Oh my god, yeah.
like, I mean, it wasn't really a smaller game, but South of Midnight wasn't something that was on my radar, but I played it because it was on Game Pass.
Agreed.
And there were plenty of those, especially little multiplayer things we were playing.
Oh, I mean, it felt like everywhere we turned, there was a new one coming out for a good chunk of time. It felt like the end of the year kind of slowed down quite a bit for Game Pass. Right around the price hike time, actually.
Yeah, that's when I had to hop off. And sort of tying to that topic of the $80 games with the Game Pass, it's interesting seeing all these layoffs happening this year
Yeah.
because teams aren't meeting these numbers, but the numbers are, well, it would be easier to reach if selling in the same quantities, but gaming is not as, oh, what am I trying to say? Uh, it was a down year for gaming financially. Like,
For sure.
people aren't buying as much because of these price increases, and that's leading to teams being whittled down and the endless layoffs that seem to be happening.
It definitely felt like everywhere we turned, there was another big company layoff or another, another price hike like we were just talking about. But like even just looking at the list of all of the layoffs this year, it's really upsetting, and I really hope for the best for all of the people who lost their jobs. It's a it's definitely not an easy space to get a job in. I have a very close friend who went to college for that, trying to get into the gaming sphere, and it just did not kick off because it just the way that everything is set up currently. And I don't have enough wisdom to wisely comment on that other than that, other than what I've heard.
Yeah.
But like looking at all of these layoffs, I mean, you have like Ubisoft subsidiaries. You have Microsoft with massive layoffs. The Warner Bros. Games, and that there might be more of those layoffs inbound with the new news that we have with all of the changes with Warner Brothers. Sony,
Hmm.
you know, Tencent, EA, the list goes on and on. And
Yeah,
it
it's
sucks.
unfortunate, but I am not qualified to have a deep discussion on it, but
No.
it's worth mentioning.
That's definitely a big thing that's been on my mind coming out of 2025 and into 2026, and kind of looking at, all right, this is where we came, this is what happened, now where are we going?
With that being said, us knowing nothing, do you want to get into our favorite games of 2025?
I think that it would be a very, very grand time. This has been, we have not talked about this. We
Intentionally.
have avoided talking to each other about how we've been feeling on games within the past good chunk of months. We haven't talked about what we've really been playing, other than a couple small things that, aren't really going to be a part of this list for the most part, I don't think. Um, at least the list of games I know you've been playing is extremely small, and I'm pretty sure the same goes for you.
Hmm.
um, but if you would like to kick it off, I would love to hear it.
So I thought I would start just by saying what my parameters were for picking my favorite games of 2025. Uh, Basically, it boils down to these are games that I played for the first time in 2025. They aren't specifically that year. It's just what I played and what I liked the most. Uh, and yeah, do you want to kick off? I know we had talked about doing honorable mentions. Do you want to start with that?
Yes, yeah, I actually completely had forgotten about that. I kind of followed the same parameters, but I stayed mostly within 2025, honestly.
Hmm.
Um, I most of the games that I even had time to play were just the new releases. But honorable mentions, number one on that list for me goes to Split Fiction.
Okay, I haven't played that yet.
It is by far one of my favorite co-op games I have played. Um, my wife and I absolutely love it. We played it together, got it on PlayStation. She was actually the first one to kind of push me to get it. I was waiting because I didn't know who I would end up playing it with. You and I played It Takes Two together at one point
Hmm.
a long time ago. I don't remember when that was. It might have been when it first came out.
I believe so. I'm
And
sorry.
I
I'm not trying to discredit you, but did we play that together?
I'm pretty sure we did.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Pretty sure we did.
Okay.
Because you're also the one who introduced me to it.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and I'm pretty sure it was because of Game Pass as well. Funny enough.
Hmm. Yeah, nice.
I mean, maybe I'm insane, but
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, no, I
Split
actually,
Fiction is definitely up there though. You need to play it.
yeah, definitely. I actually just got it for the Switch too.
Oh,
So me and my wife will be running through that soon, hopefully.
heck yeah.
Cool.
Do you want to give your number one?
Yeah, my first honorable mention is going to go to Silent Hill F. It's been a long time since there's been a Silent Hill game I liked, and I really liked this game.
I remember briefly hearing you talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I went into it doubtful. I thought it was strange they were changing the location of Silent Hill. But for that story, it had to be in Japan. If you play the game, you know why. Uh, and yeah, I loved it. Like the sense of dread growing throughout it was great. I'm a horror game girly. Uh,
Yes, Queen.
yes. Uh, it wasn't the best of the series. I still give that to the first three Silent Hills, but it's my favorite one since then. Uh, yeah, I just loved it. And if you like horror games, you should definitely check it out. I mean, it's not a small game; people know about it, but I liked it a lot.
Heck yeah. I that's definitely one that I wanted to check out after you told me a little bit about how you were feeling about it when you played a little bit of it.
Hmm.
And then I think pretty quickly after that we stopped talking about games because of, preparation for this.
Yeah, yeah, and I that's actually a game I intend to hop back into because I haven't got all the endings. But yeah,
Multiple
man,
endings.
Silent Hill's back.
Heck yeah. So I'm thinking I'm gonna rotate my 2 and 3 actually. And so my 2 is actually gonna be Schedule 1.
Oh, I didn't even put those games in here, like the friend slop games, but they definitely should have been.
So that was probably some of my biggest laughs
Yeah.
this year in general was playing Schedule 1 with you. Um
Hmm.
running a bit of a drug cartel. Um that just the absolute love that that man was putting into that game and continues to put into that game, and I want to go revisit it again with you and check out the new Shrooms update and stuff like that. But it's just an overall really well made game, and it's super fun. And for anybody who enjoys friend slop and slinging drugs and just being an idiot in a game, I mean, that's the game for you, man.
Definitely, and it still holds up. I played it a couple weekends ago with some friends who wanted to hop on for some reason, and I was like, "Yeah, sure." It's still great.
That is very good to hear.
Yeah, yeah. No, shout out Schedule One. I forgot you guys when making this list, and that's on me.
Shame, shame.
No, big shame, big shame. I don't know if you have them somewhere else in here, but I'm gonna say it now. Shout out Peak as well. It's not my honorable mentions. It didn't make my list because I forgot, but
All right, all right. That's
yeah,
valid.
my next honorable mention is Ball Pit.
Ah,
This little game consumed me.
I remember a
Just the
good
brick
chunk of time
breaking
of
and
that.
oh yeah, the brick breaking, the bullet hell, it was perfect. You could hop in, play a couple rounds, and hop off. And it was great being busy with work and family. But there were many times where I sat down to play 2 runs, and 4 hours went by of me playing that game. And it had to be mentioned here for me just because I loved it that much. It's all I did until I 100%ed it pretty much.
I mean, massive shout out to that game. I played it a little bit while I still had Game Pass after you told me how addicted it is, and my goodness. Part of me is glad I do not own the game right now because that is a stupidly good game for such like a
Yeah,
simple
and
concept.
yeah, and shout out Kenny Sun, the developer.
Amen.
Uh, there's more content coming next year.
I did
Free
not know
updates.
that.
Oh yeah, I think they're adding 6 more characters or something like that. I don't have it in front of me, but yeah, there's a lot more coming for Ball Pit, and I cannot wait.
Heck yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Um, well, I guess my third, and this, like I said, switched up literally just now,
Hmm.
but it has to go to the Breath of the Wild upgrade. Um, that
Oh, on the
was
Nintendo Switch too.
yes, that was kind of a full circle moment for me and my Legend of Zelda and Nintendo playing when I was getting lost in Breath of the Wild. It was a little later than everybody else. It was peak of COVID, locked inside, nothing to do, and it was Animal Crossing and Breath of the Wild. This upgrade is by far one of the most just absolutely everything I was hoping for kind of an upgrade. Going back through and playing Breath of the Wild without the lag is quite impressive. First things first, and then just graphically, it's gorgeous.
Hmm.
I know it's not anything like out of this world, but Legend of Zelda has always been one of my favorite things, and getting to relive Breath of the Wild was just phenomenal this year. It was definitely something that I had needed and wanted. I love Tears of the Kingdom, but it had been a really long time since I gave Breath of the Wild some extra love. So it was a breath of fresh air.
Awesome. Yeah, I haven't checked it out on the Switch 2 yet. We just got ours, and it's definitely on the list. I'm planning on upgrading that in Tears of the Kingdom and circling back. My last honorable mention I have. So you remember at the beginning I said games I played for the first time in 2025 was part of the prerequisite.
Yes.
I'm cheating. Uh,
Oh, jeez.
but there's a reason. Uh, my last honorable mention is going to Hollow Knight.
Oh.
I played the original Hollow Knight upon release, but I never played any of the DLCs. So that's my excuse for putting it on this
Okay.
list.
That's
Uh,
valid.
and I didn't feel right about putting it in the top 5. That's why it's an honorable mention because it was just the DLCs. But man, is that game good?
Yeah.
The visuals, the combat, the music. Oh, and this time around, I beat every boss. So
I'll tell you what. I remember the the messages of pain. Um, Going through all of that, and of course the sequel that we will probably get into, I would imagine.
I would imagine.
But but yeah, no, that's valid, dude. I've been wanting to go back to Hollow Knight and give it some replay. It's been quite a while, but my backlog is massive, and I kind of want to be able to focus on that a little bit.
And that's fair.
So Hollow Knight will have to fall on the back burner for replay for now for me.
Definitely. And, we're not going to harp on it because what hasn't been said about Hollow Knight at this point? It's just great. And if you haven't played Hollow Knight and you like Metroidvanias, get on it.
Yeah, amen. I mean, can't get simpler than that, man.
Yeah. Okay. Top 5 time. You ready?
Do you? I'm gonna let you kick it off with your number five. And do we want to do back and forth like that? Have a little discussion,
Yeah, I
or do
like
you want
that.
to kind of rapid fire these?
No, let's take our time with it. This is a game I did recommend to you. I don't know if you ever got around to playing it, but my number 5 game I played for 2025 was Sword of the Sea.
I do remember you recommending me play it. I have not gotten to it,
Oh, it's
but it is within my backlog list, so it will get its love.
do it. It takes like 2 hours to beat. Uh, and it's just gorgeous. Like I love everything the giant squid does. They did Abzu, and the founder was the art director for Journey.
Absolutely amazing games.
Yeah, and you're just riding around, surfing slash skateboarding slash snowboarding on a sword
I mean,
and turning a wasteland into an ocean. It's amazing.
that sounds phenomenal, brother.
Yeah, and it's just a quick little experience, and it's really hard for me to describe. Like there are moments that just feel so lonely, but they're still so beautiful. And
Oh,
like Sword of the Sea. Yeah, great.
all right. I'm
Yeah, and I think it's on PlayStation Plus right now as well.
Well, in that case, I'm
Premium.
gonna go put that on my PlayStation after this.
Do it up.
That sounds phenomenal. I know that we have talked about it before, but you know, hearing it at that spot, I think that will definitely have to boost it up in priority for my backlog playing.
Yeah, and it's great. My kids loved watching it, so sit your little ones down on the couch and make them watch.
Oh boy, they'll get lost in the game with me.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience.
Nice. Funny enough, I'm gonna bring it back to something you had said earlier. My number five is actually Peak.
Hell yeah,
It is.
it should have been up there for me.
It's it, dude. I know, like everybody has been ranting and raving about the game. I gotta give it its love. It is absolutely out of this world with so much fun, and it just like for such a simple concept. Like if you walk up to somebody and be like, "You want to play a game where you climb a mountain with some friends?" I mean, it doesn't sound as like as fun as it really is, but
Hmm.
I my goodness, some stupidly good times with so many different friends and just so much variation every time going into it just made it so much better. And it had to be up here for me because out of all of the experiences of this year, Peak has some of my most memorable.
Yeah, and I don't think that's a controversial pick at all, honestly, just based on the amount of time that we played it with people.
Yeah,
It's just so fun. It's easy going. You can just chat and climb a mountain, watch your friends die. It's so
I
good.
feel like for me, a lot of kind of what I was looking for this year was a return to gaming with friends and gaming with the people who are close to me because I kind of lost sight of the fun in gaming alone. And so
Hmm.
Peak definitely did that. I mean, the schedule one was kind of my 50-50 in this spot. As well as Split Fiction, all three of those were kind of battling. And just at the end of the day, Peak, I cannot think of a moment that I was not just fully locked in, even when I was half asleep.
Hmm.
So, love you, Peak.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I love Peak. Uh, Another game we have to go back to at some point.
100%.
My number 4. Uh, this game, I don't know how people feel about this game. I feel like it's pretty 50-50. But my number 4 for 2025 is Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I'm openly a Kojima fanboy.
I
I
mean,
love
maybe a
most
little.
things he does. A little bit. I only have the Kojima Fox tattooed on my arm. Uh, but uh, I don't know. I feel like I liked Death Stranding 1, but it was far from a perfect game. And Death Stranding 2 really improved on almost every aspect of the original, which was great. It was more accessible for people, which I know Kojima doesn't like, according to some reports, but whatever.
Well,
Uh, Combat's not great, but that's not what the game's about. Like, there's just something about hopping in your little truck, driving in this empty world, delivering packages. I don't know. It just scratched a part of my brain that
it's
nothing
valid.
else has. Like, it's weird.
I wish I could even remotely comment, but I never played either. So I really have zero to go off of other than what you've said.
Hmm.
Um, from what you've also said, it's a big time sink, and I just don't know if I'm willing to dedicate the time to that at this point. Maybe eventually, but I definitely know that those games are kind of a big split.
Yeah.
So I know that, there's definitely people who really vibe with it, people who really don't. And dude, rock on for having that as your number 4.
Oh, dude, I loved it. And if you ever
Heck yeah.
do circle to it, just don't go into it expecting a normal game. It's hard to explain, but
Expecting a normal game from Kojima would be a bit of a stretch.
yeah, even beyond that though, like it's just cool to just sit back and chill. Like it's pretty laid back most of the time. But Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus forever.
Heck yeah, brother.
Oh, also one more thing I want to say about Death Stranding 2. Uh, it doesn't really matter, but because no one's gonna hear this probably. But after Death Stranding 1, Low Roar, the musician, passed away, and a lot of his music was in the first game. And I love Low
Oh,
Roar, and I just want to say props to Woodkid for stepping up and filling in those shoes when it comes to the music. It was really good.
heck yeah. Huge shout out to all the music and honestly all of these games that we've kind of brought up so far.
Yeah.
Um, uh, I can't think of a single one where like even the smaller ones like Schedule One has some banger music.
They do. They do.
Huge shout out to everybody making music in these games because man, it's hard to make something unique and something that really catches someone. So props to all of you guys.
Yes, sir. Rest in peace, Low Roar.
All right, we're gonna get in a really, really interesting one here.
Oh boy, let's go.
My number 4, Ben, is Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Okay.
So there's a lot that I could talk about. Probably none of it is something that has never been heard. I feel like this game has been endlessly talked about,
Hmm.
but I loved it from the get go. I had no clue it was even a game that was coming out until you told me about it, like on release or like right before release, and I was like, I've never heard of this, but I'm gonna check it out. Definitely not the style of game that I typically go towards. But that being said, I loved every second of it. It genuinely was a phenomenal time,
Yeah.
except for the parrying.
Oh, okay.
I had a really hard time with the parrying, and I know skill issue, yes.
Get good. No, no.
Yes, get good. Genuinely, I was terrible. I made it through. It was absolutely astonishingly well done, story wise, music wise, visuals wise, gameplay wise. Everything was on point. It still didn't capture that full spark for me.
Hmm.
Um, And I think that I did get a little clouded by the overhype of it.
Hmm.
I don't want to say
That's fair.
overhype, but like I guess more of just the over talking about it, where it got its spotlight, but it got so much more. And it's like when I was trying to just sit down and enjoy it, it felt like everybody was just always on it.
Hmm.
So it kind of felt like my experience was being influenced by people's thoughts on it, and that kind of sucked.
Hmm.
That being said, still love the game. Like, absolutely love it. It did win Game of the Year. We won't get into the craziness there. Um, but like, it deserves all the love it got.
Yeah, and
And
4's still respectable.
yeah, I just like for me personally, and of course, this is my top 5, so this is not what I'm saying is definitively the best, because that's not even a thing.
Hmm.
Really, in my opinion, it's subjective. Everybody has their own favorites.
Yeah, video games are
Um,
art.
exactly. Like we're consuming an art form, and we're all gonna interpret it differently and enjoy it at different scales and levels. And I love it. And we'll get into the games that really knocked my socks off in these next 3.
Yeah, definitely. And I have a feeling we're going to be circling back to Expedition 33. I don't know why.
Oh, I would not be shocked.
Yeah, no, no. Uh, but I dig your opinion. Uh, and these are just our opinions. So
Amen.
relax.
Amen.
Yeah. Uh, okay. Let's go into my number 3. My number 3 for 2025 is a game that came out in 2024 that I missed the boat on. It's called Mouthwashing from a small studio called Wrong Organ.
What kind of fever dream did I walk into in the naming department? What?
Dude, it's amazing. It's a small horror game. I guess it's kind of a walking simulator. It's more an interactive story than anything. But man, is it not one of the best horror games I've played ever? Like, it's so good.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's I won't get too deep into it, but it's a small game about a group of 5 shipmates, I guess, on a spaceship that are wrecked and rescue is not coming and everything falls apart. It's so good.
I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, and it really benefits from 2 playthroughs because the story is just so good. You pick up on so much the second time. It's not your normal spooky game with monsters peeking at you, but man, but if you do play it, this goes for you and anybody listening. Look up like trigger warnings or something before because it is heavy, dark themes and story elements.
Heard that. Definitely heed that warning. That
Yeah,
does not come lightly.
no, not for me, the horror game girly, but uh, mouthwashing, incredible. Can't wait to see what Wrong Organ does next.
Sweet.
Yeah,
That's not anywhere where I was expecting. This has definitely become way more different than I thought.
yeah, man, check it out. It's great, and it's not a very long game. Once again, I like short games because I'm busy with work and family, but
Preach, brother.
yeah,
So my number 3 is Donkey Kong Bonanza.
okay.
I genuinely think this might be the most fun I've had in a Donkey Kong game ever. And I don't say that lightly because I genuine like I love Donkey Kong Country,
Hmm.
and that was my closer to like original experience of Donkey Kong. Um, but my goodness, every single second of that game, I am just finding something wacky and fun, and it's constantly keeping me entertained. And the scale of the game. Like it feels like it truly is, and I've heard, this is not me coming up with this. I've heard it described this way, and I just really agree. It's Donkey Kong's Mario Odyssey moment,
Mm.
where it really feels like a breath of fresh air and life into the franchise. And of course, I'm a massive Nintendo stan. Like I will always love Nintendo and hate them at the same time. It's just inevitable, but like I was blown away with the scale and just being able to destroy everything, dude. Everything. It's just wild. I can just do whatever, and it's not pushing me anywhere initially. Like, there is what you need to go for, but like, I can just go and just do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so much fun, and it's just that classic feel still of that Donkey Kong, and just I loved every second of it. I cannot recommend it more to anybody who loves Nintendo. Like, it, my goodness, they cooked.
Yeah, I agree on that one. It didn't make my list because I didn't play it in time, but I'm actually playing through it right now and I'm loving it.
I knew you would love playing through, and honestly, like playing with somebody else, like Brie has played with me a lot. It's so much fun, and you can get into some really wacky moments. I almost like bricked the Switch 2 for a second with how much we were just spamming because we wanted to test the limits of the destruction.
Yep.
And my goodness, it gets funky.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. I'm playing through it right now and it's been really cool watching my kids play it.
Oh, dude, I didn't even think about that. That must be insanely cool.
Oh, yeah. Just loves smashing stuff. Just talks to my kid. We'll edit
Well,
that
you
out.
know, we'll believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, my son just loves smashing stuff. And it's just fun to watch. He doesn't know what he's doing half the time, but that's okay.
Hey, you know, just it's a virtual rage room
Exactly. As long as
with
he's not
banana.
taking it out on the every time they get a banana, ooh banana, but screaming it through my house.
Oh, that sounds like pure joy that I would expect from a Donkey Kong game, though.
Yep, yep. All right,
I guess the big dogs are in the house now.
top two. Okay, my number two game for 2025 is a Hollow Knight Silk Song, and I don't even know what to add to the conversation of this game, but Team Cherry did it. 6 years of waiting, and it's everything I hoped it would be, and I don't even know what to say beyond that. It's amazing. Like, I'm a big Metroidvania fan. I loved Hollow Knight, and Silk Song just adds on to that, and it's so good. It's so good.
So that is also my number two.
Perfect.
I genuinely don't know what else I could add other than it was much like you. It was everything I was hoping for, but
Mm-hmm.
it was also more for me. I know people didn't like the quest system. I really enjoyed it. I am a sucker for fetch things and just random busy work in games. I mean, I'm an Animal Crossing Stardew Valley like it just that has my friggin' soul in a like chokehold. So I just I didn't find that to be a problem. There's nothing else I can say about that game. It is absolutely phenomenal. Waiting 6 years was so worth it. I'm so happy that they were having so much fun making
Mm-hmm.
it. Like, my main worry when, all of the delays were happening was that they were going to get burnt out. They weren't going to be happy with what they were doing because Hollow Knight was so good and it was such a breath of fresh air for me coming back into Metroidvania games.
Mm-hmm.
And my goodness, they really did deliver. And I am so glad that I can finally say that we got Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Yeah, and more content on the way. Sea of Sorrow.
Oh, my soul
Can't
is
wait.
not ready.
Me neither, brother, but we're going for it.
This is the big one for me. I'm really curious. I'm joking. I know what your number one is, but hit me.
Yeah, as you guessed, my my top game of 2025
It's a
is
mystery.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Whoa!
Yeah, I went into this game with zero expectations, and man, it blew me away. I understand not liking the parry system. I get that. It's not easy. I played Sekiro, and apparently the developers were too when they started making this game. That's why it's there, which I think is cool.
That's a cool tidbit I did not know about.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, the guy, the lead developer, was playing Sekiro, and he's like, "I want to put this in my game," and that's how it got there.
Well, no wonder I struggled so much. Sekiro made me break 2 controllers.
Yeah, yeah.
No, my lack of self-control did.
Yeah, it's okay, buddy. We'll get there. uh, yeah, I saw like bits and pieces about this game leading up to it, and I thought it looked generic as hell, but it was on Game Pass. So I played it. And once I finished that prologue, it was over, man. I was so invested in that story. Uh, Fun little thing I wrote down here. I got my Steam Wrapped at the end of 2025,
Oh?
and I was looking at it and I was like, why did I not play anything on Steam in May? And then I realized it was because I was playing Expedition 33
Exclusively
on Game
Expedition
Pass. Yeah.
33.
Yeah. And turn-based games aren't usually my thing. Like, there are great ones, but this, I don't know. It's I don't think it's recency bias because we're far enough out, but I think it's in my top 5 games of all time. I know that's might be basic, but
I think
I loved
it's
it.
completely valid, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's my opinion, but
Exactly.
yeah. And I still listen to the soundtrack, and
Banger.
for me, it's interesting. It was kind of the opposite. That parry mechanic made it feel really fresh compared to other turn-based games. Like I love Persona, but it didn't grab me the way Expedition 33 did.
That's completely valid. I think I come at it from a lot less experience of like those styles of games as well. So like for me, it's like all right, I'm coming into it with basically nothing. No knowledge of really how it works other than the turn-based of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not and like I said, like this is not a knock on the game itself. It's more of a knock on my own enjoyment and my own skill level. But like, yeah, the addition of the parry system, my brain was just not ticking the entire time. But
And that's okay.
unlike Sekiro, I made it through.
Yeah.
And that's an achievement. The
Oh, yeah,
story,
it is.
I literally could not let go of the story. Like I had to finish. I had to know, and I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah, and all the little twists along the way, and all the characters are great. Oh, I don't. It impacted me in a big way.
And we did have a lot of conversations about that game. I will say that. Like there was no way we weren't gonna talk about that game. It was inevitable.
Yeah, and that was way before we talked about doing this.
Yes, significantly before.
Yeah. Okay.
So my number one.
Yep, I can't wait to hear because I thought it would be Silk Song, so I have no idea what's coming.
So my entire list shifted quite a bit, and I think I don't. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think Donkey Kong might have thrown you off there too.
No, I thought it would be up there. I knew you were playing it. We didn't talk about it, but everything I've heard about Donkey Kong was fantastic, so I had a feeling.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So my number one is Hades 2.
Ooh, okay.
Hades 2 is I'm not even going to battle the whole recency bias thing. This is one of my favorite games I have ever played.
Okay.
Genuinely, I've heard some other people say this. I'm not saying this is for everybody at all, but in my eyes, this is the cream of the crop for this formula. This is the top dog.
Okay.
I genuinely, and everybody else has already, like I said this all before, but my goodness, from the art design, the music design, the story, coming back at it, but feeling so fresh. And I'm a huge sucker for Greek mythology, massive.
Hmm.
And like Hades 1, I adored, and it was one of my top games that I had played ever. And Hades 2, the wait was so worth it, and the combat, it has that same basic bone, but it feels so new, so refreshing. There's so much variety, like way more than I was expecting. And everywhere I turn, it is just, I cannot get enough of it at all. I have not been able to put it down.
Hmm.
It is pretty much the only game I've been playing, Ben.
Nice. That's awesome.
I
I didn't
I
even know
have
you were playing
not
it.
said anything. I have been just locked in on my Switch, just playing the heck out of Hades 2. I sunk over 1,000 hours in Hades 1.
Wow.
I would not be surprised if I sink significantly more into this game with how much I love it. When I tell you, in my eyes, it is quite literally the best in this format that has ever come out. I believe that wholeheartedly for me.
You got me excited
Between
because I just
the
purchased.
game,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, sorry, just like not just the combat, but the freshness. Even though like you're still in this same Greek mythological world,
Hmm.
it still feels so fresh, and you get these other characters that you still love, but so many other characters that we can see, and there's still so many more possibilities. I mean, Greek mythology is massive, um, but also just all of the extra stuff added in there. And I'm not going to elaborate on that
Hmm.
for the sake of you and anybody else who's going to play the game. Just is so good.
Yeah, don't
And
go too deep because I just
no,
bought the game the other day.
that's why I was trying to go like bare bones
Yeah.
description of like system I like.
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
But no, genuinely top game of the year, and I was surprised myself when it beat Silk Song. Silk Song was my most anticipated game going into this year, and Hades 2 blew me out of the water. And I'm still going to be playing it probably all the way through 2026. I don't think I'm going to be putting the game down at all.
That's awesome.
I cannot wait for you to play it and for us to talk about it, dude.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to do some in-depth stuff on that.
For sure. I definitely, I think it is worthy of getting an episode and diving really into it. I think we'll have a lot to talk about. There's so much to it.
Yeah, even if it's not an episode here, we could do something on the channel.
Yeah, seriously. We have a lot of options. Just I want to be able to talk about it with you. I want to be able to hear other people's opinions on it and kind of how they felt going into it. Like it genuinely, like, Hades has always been one of my favorite games, and I have so many friends that I've connected over the game with. I introduced one of my closest friends to the game, and he literally has more hours of that game than I do. Like he loves it more than I do, which is like all I could ever ask for. But like I got to introduce him to like one of his favorite games, so
That's so cool. Yeah. No, I 100% respect that pick. Supergiant doesn't miss.
no, I don't think I can even count a single miss.
Oh, I mean, Bastion, Transistor, then the Hades games.
Like,
my gosh, what a run!
Man, I hope they keep that spark, because man, oh man. So I think with that, like, dude, some major shifts from kind of where I thought my top five would be, where your top five would be, just from my knowledge. I was not
Hmm.
expecting pretty much your entire list, honestly. Other than your number one, I knew exactly what it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, the game,
You wore it on your
it
sleeve,
really hit me
and
on
I
an emotional
don't
level.
blame you because my goodness, um, I I think that there's a lot of really cool coming
Mhm.
that I'm really excited for us to be able to share together.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be
And
fun.
we'll dive into that next episode, but I would like to kind of wrap up with hearing what you're playing a little bit of right now.
Yeah, well, I kind of spoiled it already, but I'm playing Donkey Kong Bonanza
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
loving it. And funny enough, I'm playing Hades 1.
Oh, how coincidental.
Yeah, yeah, no, I never beat it, and I wanted to go back and try before playing Hades 2. I picked it up on sale on Steam.
Well worth it. Well
And
worth it, man.
oh yeah, yeah, man. What about you?
So, I'm kind of split between a lot of things right now, which is weird judging off of the fact that I don't have a lot of time to play games. Um, One of the main ones that, of course, I'm still actively playing, I just said Hades 2. I don't think I'm going to be putting that down anytime soon, like I said. I'm also, like I said, I'm a sucker for things like Animal Crossing and stuff. I'm getting back into like Disney Dreamlight Valley. Um, the just cozy farming sim, like life sim games is just super fun to me. So that's kind of my chill out game time.
Mm-hmm.
And then for more like in depth games, I'm definitely waiting for a lot of the exciting games to come out in 2026. But one of the main ones I want to focus on is Divinity.
Mm.
You and I had started a playthrough of that, and that's one of the ones I really want to highlight this year is the Divinity games going into the new one coming out.
Yeah, Divinity 3.
Um, so I that's definitely top of my list of like what I want to be currently playing and kind of am. We got, like I said, a little bit into it.
Yeah, we should definitely do
And
more of that.
then other than that, like Battlefield 6, I know it's a boring answer, but
No.
I've been very friend centric with my games, and Battlefield 6 I still have, one of my close friends who plays it a lot and I enjoy it a lot. It kind of brought me back to the closest I can get to a Black Ops 2 era feeling again.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, I'm just waiting eagerly for all of these 2026 games, dude, cuz I mean, Wolverine, Control. I mean, list can go on, but I'm pumped, and I'm also gonna try to work in my backlog a little bit here and there while I can.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Take your time, 2026, please.
Well, thankfully, we have a little gap before things get too crazy.
Yep, but it'll be right on us, and we'll be back here talking about more games.
Heck yeah! I thank you for chatting with me, dude. And I know that we've been talking about this for a while, but I'm freaking pumped to just be sitting with you and chatting about games, dude.
Yeah, likewise. It's gonna be fun, and we
Heck
appreciate
yeah.
you guys stopping by and listening. If you stayed this long, thank you. Still trying to really figure out release schedule, but you'll see it here on the channel if you want to get more consistent or more knowledge of when we're uploading. Just follow the channel.
Well, we'll have updates here and there, and you know, just keep an eye out. We'll
Yeah,
we'll see you guys on the flip side.
appreciate you.
Bye bye.